I happen to stutter a lot. I messed up on my words, and I want to apologize for it because I know it might get on some people's nerves. Every time that I did mess up or stutter, I tried to fix myself. Asta, Yuno, and Noelle are going to be siblings, triplets, which is pretty obvious. Noelle's going to be the oldest, Yuno's going to be the middle child, and Asta's going to be the youngest. Alright, so to start this, Acia is going to give birth to 3 children. 1 girl, 2 boys. Their names are Noelle, Yuno, and Asta. Acia doesn't die yet, but to celebrate the children's birth, the Silva family decides to go on a vacation near Hage village. On this vacation, they are attacked since Acia isn't in her best condition, considering the fact that she gave birth to children like a week ago. And Noelle, Nebra, and Solid, they're still somewhat young, so they wouldn't really be able to do much. Acia runs away with Asta and Yuno, and Noelle, he has Noelle. Acia runs off to Hage village since the vacation was somewhat close to Hage village. She leaves him there with a note and 2 pendants. Yuno's pendant is exactly what it looks like. Is the exact same, and Asta's pendant is going to be that rose. I couldn't really think of anything, so it's going to be rose. Simple as that. The note pretty much just says that these 2 are brothers, and they have this their birthday, which is going to be the exact same day. I don't really care about their birthday, so yeah. Later on, the Silvas find Acia's dead body, and Asta and Yuno are nowhere to be seen. The family searches for a while, but they eventually give up, pronouncing the 2 dead. Throughout the years, Noelle is going to be treated around the same. Solid and Nebra don't really blame her for their mother's death, but they still don't like her since she can't control mana. And in this, what if Noelle, Yuno, and Asta, they're gonna have much more mana than any other Silva. So Nebra and Solid hatred is gonna be still around the same because Noelle has so much mana, but yet she can't control any of it, and they seem like they think it's pointless for her to have all this mana. And what's next? Alright, Asta and Yuno are going to unlock their magic at around age 4 or 5. Yuno's still gonna have wind magic. He got that from Tetia. Tetia has wind magic. Asta is gonna have Mercury magic. Time skip to whenever they get attacked by the jump man. Throughout the past few years, after they got their magic, they started to train their bodies and their did I say quirks in here? I meant magic. They started to train their magic. I said the quirks in the script. Forget that. The reason why they train their bodies, because since usually in canon, since Asta doesn't have magic, or he doesn't know if he's ever gonna get it, he trains his body. But in here, Asta decides to train his body just in case he's ever in a situation where he doesn't have his grimoire. Simple as that. Yuno still gets sent to the next village to ask for supplies. Yuno, he still gets attacked by the drunk man. He puts up a better fight against the drunk man, but in the end he still loses since he's like 5 or 6. Whenever Asta gets there, he decides to end the fight quickly because he's high-key mad. He sends a condensed ball of mercury, hits the man in the stomach with it, and then hits him in the head over and over again, knocking the man out unconscious there. Alright, another time skip to whenever they get their grimoires. Also, they keep up with their training. Both Asta and Yuno are around the same strength as Ken and Asta, but they're much taller. Asta is much taller. Yuno's like an inch or 2 taller. They're lean. They're not like buff. They're not like disgustingly muscular and stuff like that. Whenever they get their grimoire, Yuno still gets the same 4 leaves, but in here, Asta gets a silver 4 leaf. And for Noelle, wherever she is in the capital, she gets a blue 4 leaves. 4 leaf, Jesus Christ, against all. And this would make her 2 siblings. Noelle really doesn't care. He doesn't pay attention to her. But this would increase. What's her name again? Solid and Nebra's hatred, because again they think it's pointless for her to have all this mana and have a 4 leaf since she can't control any of it. For the two nobles that attack Yuno, he takes care of them real easily since he's stronger. And for the chain mage, he doesn't get caught off guard and he takes him out quicker. Oh yeah, this is gonna be like pause the video and stuff. I might give Asta and Yuno, and Noelle anti-magic devils. I know I have to give somebody anti-magic devil, but I don't know who. I gotta give Asta one. That's just because they wouldn't be able to defeat Zagreus if they didn't have one. So I gotta give somebody an anti-magic devil. Yeah, I'm probably gonna give all of them anti-magic devil. They're all getting spirits, that's for sure. I don't care. But yeah. During the 6 months training for the Magic Knight entrance exam, they continue their strict training, and during all this training, they begin to slowly chip what's the demon skull. They start to chip at the demon skull because they want to make something with the demon skull. And so around after 3 months of doing the regular training and also chipping at the demon skull, they break off a pretty big piece of it. They take this part to the village blacksmith. He's a decent blacksmith. They both ask can he make them a set of katanas, which he does. Around 2 weeks later, the blacksmith finishes and gives them back the grimoires, my bad, katanas, and the leftover part of the demon skull. Time skip to the end of the 6 months training. Asta and Yuno trained with Fonzo in swordsmanship and to better the magic, especially Yuno since he actually has one magic like Fonzo, so they get better with that. They set off, they say goodbye to the church, like they go to the capital. They arrive in the capital much quicker since Asta's less canon. Asta is, she's more like, he's not completely serious. He's still like pretty fun and smiles a lot and stuff like that, but he's less like goofy in general. They arrive in the capital a little earlier. I think I already said that though. Asta wouldn't eat whatever the Wizard King gave him in canon, because he's not an idiot. Whenever they like get a line for the Grimoire examiner, he's shocked to see a four leaf from the Forbidden Realm, and that's from Yuno. He's shocked to see Yuno's four leaf, and then when Asta comes up, he gives him the Grimoire. He's shocked even more to see another four leaf from the Forbidden Realm as well, and he starts to think like these two look pretty similar. They might be siblings, which is even more shocking because I don't think that there's any siblings that both have four leaves. I might be stupid. Inside the stadium, no anti-magic birds decide to go anywhere near Asta and Yuno. People look at them in awe. The captains show up and the exams begin. In the flying part, they both get the highest. In the aiming, Yuno shoots a wind bow. Asta shoots a mercury arrow, getting a bullseye. Both of them get a bullseye, which the mercury arrow makes Noelle confused and suspicious. He doesn't see the pendants because they have the pendants hidden, just cause. In all the other exam, like the mini exam parts, Asta and Yuno, they get the highest, they destroy everybody. On the 1v1s, Yuno still goes against the same noble. He beats him as in canon. And for Asta, he goes against a cocky noble who thinks Asta needs to be put in his place, which the noble, he has ice magic. When the fight starts, the noble sends a pillar of ice like Todoroki does. Asta blocks this with a mercury wall and sends the wall towards him, hitting him. Once the mercury wall hits him, it wraps around him, and Asta says, "Mercury binding magic, full body bind." Asta goes first in the selection instead of Yuno, and whenever he goes up, all the captains raise their hands. Asta chooses the Black Bulls. They ask why. He said, 1, I have a feeling, and 2, I want to become the Wizard King, and I want to make the Black Bulls into the best squad. They all So they decide to like, whatever. We can still get the other guy. Whenever Yuno gets up, he choose all the captains choose him. All the captains raise their hands. Yuno also chooses the Black Bulls. They're asked why. Yuno gives the same answer, and the reason why they have a weird feeling is because they feel like they need to be on the Black Bulls is because one, all the canon stuff's gonna be like done to the Black Bulls, and like Hage just want Yuno to be there, and two, since Noelle's on there, they're unknowingly wanting to be with their sister, so they just go. Which they don't know what it is, but they have a weird feeling that they need to be on the Black Bulls. All the captains are high-key mad, especially Noelle and Vengeance. Vengeance because they're the reincarnation of two elves. This being Licks and Tectia's son, so he wants them on his squad. And Noelle is mad because he's suspicious of these two, which he didn't see. He wanted Asta anyway because of his mercury magic. That in general he wanted, which he was like, this might be my little brother and stuff like that. And he wanted because of the power he's shown, which he didn't think that it would have been his little brother, because he has wind magic, but at the same time Asta and Yuno look pretty similar, so he decided maybe he just got a wind attribute, which he did. And Yami is pretty curious on their katanas. The next part, they're gonna go to the Black Bulls. They gotta do their the exam that Magna does with them, and yeah.